So we are very happy and excited because we have this year recipients of the Fred Award. You know, the Fred Award is really a small recognition, but very heartfelt. We choose one person, possibly two in a year, and you are the second director in 15 years that we are giving an award to. No, the third director, honestly, because we had Richard Linklater and who else?
Joaquin,
Pablo Larraín, and then Dag Johan Haugerud, the director of a very well-known trilogy now that we loved, which is Love, Sex, and Dreams. And then we're talking about the order because I have an idea about it. So I don't think the order really matters, but I want to hear that from you. Mm-hmm. But you came in Venice for the first time in 2019, I think.
2019, yeah.
In Giornata degli Autori with Beware of Children.
Yes.
Yeah. And that was really very different from the trilogy, but very interesting films. Mm-hmm. Talking about children, but children are really possibly a pretext to talk about adults, I would say, and their behavior. So thank you so much for being here, for accepting this award. We once you received already many awards. You are the winner of the Golden Bear at Berlinale this year. And the first thing I think would be reading the motivation that we created for you, that we at the basis of this is the fact that we really come out from, after seeing one of your films, we come out from the cinema in a different mental state, I would say. We feel that we are better.
Yeah, such unseen.
Unseen. And you have this sort of ability to create your characters and to write dialogues and maybe direct your actors in a unique way, and that we feel really connected to that.
Yes. Yeah. I called it the Haugerud effect.
So just let me read the motivation, which says Fred Film Radio Award 2025 to Dag Johan Haugerud, a bold and singular voice in contemporary European cinema, awarded for his deeply humane and intellectually nuanced filmmaking. Haugerud's cinema is distinguished by its embrace of silence, ambiguity, and emotional realism. He handles delicate themes, gender, queerness, social roles with warmth, wit, and psychological clarity. His characters confront internal contradiction and societal expectation without spectacle, inviting empathy and reflection. Fred particularly values Haugerud's commitment to cinema that is thoughtful, courageous, profoundly human. And in his work, complexity is celebrated over simplicity. Dialogue coexists with subtext, and each story becomes an invitation to reflect on who we are and how we live. His film challenge, move, and transform, and embody the very ideals of cultural inclusion that Fred holds dear. And this was really what we think.
That's really moving.
Do you agree with this? Or?
No, I'm very touched by these words and honored. Of course, I don't know what to say.
But you received many awards, and what's your relationship with awards? Do you like it? Do you feel embarrassed? Do you?
I don't feel embarrassed, but I think it's really hard to show how much what I feel, really, because I really appreciate it. It's a big thing when you are working a lot to try to accomplish a film, and you never know what is going to happen. You don't know if it collapses or if it succeeds, and you have these certain ambitions to try to communicate things you are thinking about and with other people, and if that succeeds in a way, that's an enormous reward. And when an award is a kind of sign of that reward, if you understand, that makes me very happy, of course, and also inspired to continue.
Of course, we're looking forward to see what you're doing next, Chiara.
But in general, what do you think it's the spark that moves you as a director, that makes you want to tell a story?
And that is probably just by observing life. I think that is because that's the things I do the most in my life, and I think it's quite funny as well, or I enjoy it, and I can't help from not doing it when I'm I'm observing all the time. And I thought that for a long time I thought that was how everyone did, really, that they did observe people around them and made connections and got different thoughts of how people reacted and talk and speak and so on. I thought that was just how people are. Now I understand that not everybody does that, but yeah, many do. Yeah.
I was reading some reviews of your films. I've seen that you reply to an interview saying that about your references. Of course, there are many critics saw elements from Woody Allen, for example, or Bergman, but also you mentioned Fred Wiseman.
Yeah.
And I didn't think about that.
No, me neither.
But then I thought that really your films reminds of the way of observing of Fred Wiseman.
Yeah. That's very nice to hear, because he is a great inspiration of mine and my DOP as well. We have traveled around and attended master classes with him because we're so curious on how he does it, how he manages to, make us listen the way we do when we watch his films. And it is, his perspective, I think, his way of observing, but it's also a technical thing that we have learned a lot from by both watching all his films and also attending these master classes.
You are a rather well-known novelist as well in your country. Unfortunately, not in Italy, because your book didn't arrive yet.
No?
What can we do to have your books in Italian? and what are we supposed to expect from your books? Are they similar to your films?
No, I hopefully they're not, because I want to do different things. And that's also what drives me to try to accomplish different things. And I don't want to... It's never the same, a book is something quite different from a film. And if I could, if I thought about it as the same, it wouldn't be interesting, really. So writing a book is much more just dwelling or digging into language and trying to, make something out of phrases and words, really.
But that's something that we find in your films as well. I mean, dialogues are very important and very.
They are, but not in that sense, because when I'm thinking about the film I would like to make, I kind of visualize it in my head. I have been saying that before, comparing it to daydreaming. That you daydream a movie in a way. You try to visualize it and imagine how it should be, what actors should be in it. Everything from the bigger themes to the details you can imagine, and then you have to use the cinematic tools in order to achieve that. When you're writing a book, you just sit by your own with your pen and your PC, and then it's trying to create something, sculpting something from words, because Tarkovsky, I don't know if you read the book Sculpting in Time. It's a great book. I can recommend it. But while film is sculpting in images and words and music and sound and everything and time, I think that literature is sculpting in words. Or in writing, I should say. So it's very different.
More intimate, meaning that you are alone.
And it's more, you're more free when you are writing, because you don't have a producer. You don't. You can just work in your own. By yourself. You don't have to show it to anyone than your editor at the end. And
Like, in which role do you feel more confident? Do you like? You consider yourself as a film director or as a writer or both?
No, both.
So because I think it's complicated to.
Yeah, maybe two faces are
It
the
is
same.
quite complicated, but from I was very young, I always wanted to be a writer. So that was my main goal, really. If I had any ambitions, that would be to, publish a book or several books. And I'm still think of myself as a kind of struggling writer. But of course, I am a director as well, and I really enjoy doing that and working with my crew and actors and
Yeah, that's another question that
Yeah,
we
because I remember you telling me that you sort of decided to make a trilogy also because it could allows you to work maybe with the same crew or with what I would like to think about a family or a community. Is it something that you like, maybe that this other hat of yours as a director, that you can share your vision? Cinema is a collective art.
Yeah, absolutely. And when because when you're writing, you're on your own, so that's quite a lonely process. But making a film is a collective process, and it's also you have to lose control in a way, because you have to let other people take your material and do something with it, and that can be, of course, frustrating sometimes.
Yeah.
But more, I would say, well, I like it a lot then, because you, as I said, you can daydream a film, you can visualize it, you can imagine how it's going to be, but it will never be like that. So on the first day of shooting, you have to, let everything go and try to be part of the creative team and then create something together, because then it's not in your mind anymore, it's out here in the world. I can imagine how this interview was going to be, but I can't control you. And that's the good thing about it.
Well, for example, the two actors in Sex were also in Beware of Children, if I remember correctly. And I think I read that you chose the actors and developed the project in a way thinking of them. And so you have a very close relationship with actors, and you create, I think, a good situation and on the set, because there are famous film directors, but we know that their sets are a nightmare. But what about your set? I was curious to understand.
My set.
Of course, you'll say that everybody's happy.
Yeah, of course. I don't know, but I think it's important if they are happy. So if there are someone who struggles one way or another, or doesn't feel that he or she doesn't have the possibility to do the job as good as he or she wants to do, then it is a problem. Because if you are so then we have to to do something to make it good for everyone, because I don't think that anyone can deliver if they don't feel that they have the time or the enough money or the freedom to deliver how they think it's the best way to deliver. So you have to create space for everyone so they can do that. And I think I use a lot of time to try to make a set work for everybody. And I think in the end, if I had been shooting a film and I knew that everyone in the crew felt bad, it wouldn't be really, it's such a short amount of time. You're together for 40 days, or more, hopefully, sometimes, or less. But these are 40 days of someone's life. And that shouldn't be bad days. People should.
It always should be like that, but it's not always like that, because
no. But you can try to make it like that as a director, because you are, in a way, you are in control. You are a boss of a very small production line. So you can make that. It's about you should. I think that. I haven't gone to film school, but if I should educate me one more time, I would probably go to art school and also make some kind of business school in order to be a good leader.
Well,
The three films of the trilogy have been shot in a relative short time.
Yeah.
And two of them went to Berlin. One was in competition here in Venice last year. And so did you expect such a, rewarding?
No, you never expect anything really, but you are hoping for it, of course, and you are working towards it, because you really, I must admit that we were working really hard in order to get to Venice, because my last visit to Venice was so, I liked it so much to be here, and it was really good for, both me and the crew and film as well. So getting the film into the competition was really, we were really happy when we succeeded in that. So that was probably the main goal for me, besides, of course, trying to make the best films we could. That's the first.
Did you expect the Golden Bear?
No, you never expect anything.
Yeah.
And I think also when you are in the competition, you are just very concerned about how it will be received, and you are also worrying about everything, strange things like what you're going to wear, and very some stupid things. But that takes up your mind in a way when you are in that environment. Of course the screening, how that will go and everything, and then after the screening has ended and the party has ended and everything is finished, then it starts to dawn on you that it's a competition as well, but not until that.
Okay.
how do you handle the pressure? That there must be pressure after winning Golden Bear. I mean, I imagine you're working on something new. So do you feel like, the responsibility or the pressure, having people thinking, okay, so he's a Golden Bear winner, he won so many awards, so what is going to do next? And
I think it probably is a bit pressure. I just don't feel that much pressure yet, and that's also because now I'm going to publish a new book next month. And I'm also doing a stage play in Norway. So that's something completely different. And I'm also working on a new film script, but that, I haven't started to worry about that yet.
Okay.
It will come.
The original title of the trilogy was actually Sex, Dreams and Love, but then the release in festivals follow had the sex and then love and then dreams, but in general distribution in different countries, sometimes your films come out in a different order.
Yeah.
Does it really matter for you, or where you?
It matters a bit because. I've been speaking to a lot of the different distributors, and they
for example, in Italy, Dreams came out,
and especially Wanted. They argued very well on why they wanted to change the order, and I think they argued so well. So I think that that sounds great. Do it like that. But then I have also talked to people on this festival who have seen them in the right order, or in the right order as they were meant to me from my side, and I have seen them all together in one day, and then they say that makes a bit difference because they build on each other in a way, and it was always meant to end with love. And I think that's a good thing as well, to say that it should end with love. They are really constructed that way, so it should end on a high note, as I think it does in love. So I think it's a bit more rewarding seeing them in that order.
Yeah, it's always I'm always we agree on dream, sex, love. Let's go with dream, sex, love, and just that.
Listen, Dag, we don't have so much time anymore, but I want to ask you something about Oslo, because Oslo is very present in your films, and I really want to go there. I went in the past, but after seeing your film, I want to return. Okay. And I was curious, the city hall is also very present in the three films. Yeah. And I was curious to understand why.
I'm not from Oslo myself, but I visited it a lot when I was a child. I grew up just 1.5 hour away from Oslo, so we went there a lot, and then we always parked the car beside the city hall because it was a parking space then. So my memories of Oslo from being a child is pretty much the city hall and the sea, and how it feels like a very generous building. It's open up towards the sea, and then you come into Oslo from the sea. We came by car, but if you come by the sea, it's like welcoming you into the city, and I think that's a very
we see that in Love, particularly.
And I think that's that meant something to me, that building. And if you go inside, it's extremely beautiful. It's the most that's the building in Norway that has the most artwork and different artwork from different artists. And it's so many rooms and halls with a lot of different art. So it's very well worth a visit, I would say.
So you would recommend Oslo as a place to live?
A place to live? Oh, yeah, I would probably, yes, I think so. I think it's quite easy living there. The city hall is also the place where people are getting married, by the way.
Yeah.
But do they have a sex love tour?
If they do the Extreme Love Tour, I don't know, not yet.
Well, it would be interesting. It would be interesting. Yeah. I would attend that too. Okay, well, thank you so much for taking the time to coming and talking with us, and
thank you so much for this great honor. Thank you,
and good luck. Are you ready to deliberate the result of your jury?
That's tonight, so it's going to be interesting.
Do you think you're going to fight or from?
We are very nice people. So I don't think so. We'll see.
Productive discussion.
Yeah, I hope so. Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm Federico with Chiara. We've been talking to Dag Johan Haugerud, the recipients of the Fred Award here at the 82nd Venice Film Festival in Venice, of course. Thank you.
Thank you.